Well, alright. I think that it's just about time. So, Plushy, and what's your Christmas special? Hello, welcome. Welcome to the Ultra Pancake stream. It is I, the one and only Ultra Pancake, here with you again with my flesh human hands to assemble a plushie, but right before your eyes. I'm here to watch the plush. Please promise there will be no ghosts of my departed partner in Christmas past, present, and future. No, you know, I did not prepare any versions of the Christmas Carol today. But you know what? Maybe we could do that next week. I'm certain there is probably a couple versions of A Christmas Carol that are in the public domain. But no. Today we have a different Christmas special lined up. But first, hold on. Let's see, can we get the Christmas baby to come on stream? Baby Minty, come here. I tried to scoop the cat, but it escaped. Curses. No cat for you. Oh yeah, the story of the Christmas Carol, I mean, is classic. Then there's been 1 million billion different versions of it. Ugh. Cats from memory. I just thought of a line, but it's actually the opposite of Christmassy. Sunlight through the trees in summer, endless masquerading, like a flower as the dawn is breaking, the memory is fading. There you go. The cat has returned, but it is... The cat clearly just wants to sit in Henry's lap and not mine. Henry's also back there. He's playing critically acclaimed MMO Final Fantasy XIV. And he's playing the new Endwalker expansion, so if we start to hear some like crying, some like loud weeping, you'll know why. It's because Endwalker, I don't know, has done something emotional. I keep seeing posts of everybody crying from Endwalker, so... Okay. So, before we start the Christmas special, let's take a look at what we got going on so far, and what we're gonna be working on today. Go over that, so I don't talk over the Christmas special, and give people time to come in, you know, let people start arriving to the stream before we start the Christmas special. So... Today, well, if you recall last week, we got the body and the feet together. This is it inside out, but the right side out. I posted a picture of it right side out and stuffed on Twitter. If you want to see how it looks like, this is how it looks like. Right side out. Oh, the light is a little strong on it. There you go. It's the little feetses. We've got the pieces of the arms here. So that's what we'll do first. We'll assemble the arms. And then that'll pretty much be it for the body. I'll tell you, I still have not fully decided what to do with the tail. Just because I was like, I've seen a lot of, I've seen some plushies that have significant, you know, animal tails on them that have made the tail magnetic. So that way it can wear, like, normal pants, and then you just stick the tail on the outside of the pants. Because otherwise, all the clothing that I make for this plushie will have to be considerate of the tail situation. But I do worry that the tail will be large enough that it'd be kind of heavy enough that it will, like, be... Especially because I want the tail to be upright, and I feel like the magnet won't actually hold it upright very well. But that's probably not... We're probably not going to get that far. No, we're probably not going to get that far. this stream, we're gonna get the arms on this guy. Check. And then that'll be most of the body done. And then we're gonna move on to the head. Now, these are the two halves of the head. The face and then the back of the head. Add a visor, it could be an Among Us plush. Y'all can buy those officially. Go somewhere else for your meme plushies. Now that I think about it, I've probably made a couple meme plushies in the past, so, anyway. But yes, got her face and the back of the head. Now, because Penelope, if you, well, I mean, you can just look either at our little reference image or at the actual, my cardboard cutout, that Penelope's, like, lower face is white. And it, like, stops right about at the nose. So I have a mock-up head here. So this is using the same head pattern. It's not, like, fully stuffed or anything. It's just a little messy mock-up. The light's a little bright on it. So you can see... No, angry eyes, not sad. Angry. There you go. There you go. So you can kind of see I've mocked up the parts of her face just to see how I want to have them arranged. So I measured out where the nose will be, and from this figured out sort of how to divide the white and the yellow halves of the face. And I also ordered a little flocked pink safety nose. It's one of those guys that you, like, has little, you put it the back side into the fabric and it's got a little thing that sticks on. And it's flocked, which means it's like a little fuzzy. See, it's a little pink safety nose. So imagine that, like that. So I ordered one of those, and I'm glad it arrived promptly, because I was like, I hope it arrives for the next stream. The rest of the facial features, actually, I think that... Because I was trying to think, what all am I going to need to add onto the face before I assemble the head? But I think pretty much everything I am going to attach after the head's already assembled. So, which makes it a little bit easier for, like, making sure everything is spaced out the way that I like it. So, hopefully that works out. So we don't need this guy. Divided up. I divided up the face pattern before the stream because I figured that'd be boring. And then we've got the ears, her little earsies. And yeah, hopefully we can get then the head and the body assembled, and maybe that will be about what we get done this stream. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. All right. Now. If you saw my announcement for this stream on Twitter, you might be wondering, well, what is this Christmas special that we were promised? We're gonna watch something on twitch.television? Won't you get in trouble with the copyright police? Won't you get DMCA'd into oblivion? For this particular Christmas special, probably not. Probably not. Because as of right now, this Christmas special is... I don't think it's technically public domain, but the creators want nothing to do with it and did allow the Lost Media Wiki to have a copy of it and post it online for free. So I'm going to assume that no one's going to be pursuing this Christmas special in any kind of legal way. No one wants to have legal claim on this. All right, everybody. Let's turn off this Christmas music real quick. All right. Beep. All right. I hope that all of you are prepared. I'd like to introduce all of you to a little Christmas special that I actually randomly found out about, and at the time didn't know that it was so infamous. I am a frequent user of the Christmas specials wiki during December, and they have a random special function where you can just hit a button and it will take you to a random page for a random Christmas special, and I was doing that one day, just hitting random and watching whatever it would show me if it was available online, and yeah, I randomly came upon the page for Rap City Street Kids Believe in Santa. Brace yourselves. Are you familiar with this one, Mario Bro? I made my friends back in 2019. I forced my friends to come over and watch this, and none of them had heard of it, and they were all traumatized. Yeah, I don't think that I'm gonna be getting no copyright strike for this. I don't think anybody wants to lay any legal claim to any of this. I'll tell you this one, Mario Bro. If I get live DMCA'd and my stream goes down, you gotta let me know. But the likelihood of that happening, I think, is fairly unlikely. Believe in Santa. Okay, I'm gonna pop out the chat so I can have this video nice and full screen for me, so I can really look at it and enjoy the really beautiful animation. I also recommend Polygon actually put out an article about this and how it was made, and it's pretty interesting. I recommend looking that up.
I spent the day shopping with my grandma, walking all through the crowded malls. They're pumping deck the halls, plant trees with lights and all, and I'm just gawking, cause all the toy stores are looking mighty packed.
Let me know, is the volume okay?
I saw a scooter with
is
a
it?
motor that was flat.
Because I don't want you to miss these hot raps.
Give two please others, Santa, this is how I'm living. But if you kindly find the time, deliver gifts 7, 8, and 9 from my list. I'm not selfish, I'm just driven.
Oh, this is legit cursed, don't worry. This is legitimately a cursed thing.
Start decking the halls with gifts from my Christmas list.
Aw, yeah.
Though it's cold outside, it's warm in my soul. Gotta get a gift to give to beautiful Nicole.
Okay, well, let's put the face things aside. We'll get the arms together first. Actually, I have to move this guy. You know,
1, 2, 3 is all I see.
I don't know for sure the details of the people that made this.
3, and no more.
But the likelihood it was made by white people, I would bet is fairly high. Well, if it's any consolation, this was animated by a team of 3 people and directed by one guy who didn't exactly do very much directing at all. But if you're not familiar with the voice actors in this
Mama,
special,
I miss you big.
Oh, he misses her big.
Mama, you gave me this bear 'cause of love. So I'll give this bear 'cause of love.
'Cause of love. Oh yeah, look at that. Hot girl. That bear, the way it's just floating around. It's coming!
Nicole.
Another day, another D at Rhapsody Street Elementary. I have to dress extra cute. Then Mommy schedules me for my
Oh,
own
look out.
hair lady.
Smithy! Hey, Nicole, duck! I mean, dinosaur!
You may recognize some
I was
voice
just giving it
actors.
some extra fluff. I guess the pressure to bug you is just too much for me to resist.
Whoa, the pressure's really
Such
getting
as
to Smithy.
the voice actress for Ariel from The Little Mermaid and Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Hey,
And
watch me
Mark
help 'em.
Hamill.
Hands
Mark
up,
Hamill
Ricky.
is in this.
Whoa, look at all the ornaments. Hey, Ricky, hang 10.
The people who invested money into this had
Go!
more money than sense.
I'm a decorating master.
Look at
When
that
it's
tree!
Don't you know I'm a
It's
Christmas
just
tree
a blur
blaster.
JPEG. This aired on television, by the way.
Wow, Ricky, that's not bad. For you.
But don't get a swelled head.
Did those
You're
Disney and
still
Star
not one
Wars
of
checks
us,
not go through that year?
shrimp.
This was made in 2002. Keep that in mind.
Uh-oh.
So there was no Star Wars checks at the time. Or, well,
Dude, that was so...
yeah, I guess there would be no Star Wars checks for him at the
Tough
time.
break, Ricky.
No, man. That's a lot of tough breaks. All over the place.
Just one tinsel too many.
Hey, Ricky, good job. Looks like you made a smash hit already.
It's still a nice tree, no matter what Todd says. He can't bother me. Not when I have friends like you.
Thanks, Ricky. We need a kid band with you rapping
Thanks,
a song about
Ricky.
me. Smithy, the cool dude.
Smithy's small and round. He's closest to the ground. He's nobody's fool, the coolest kid in school.
Hey, what's that?
It's for Nicole, the honey. I know she's into money. From me, she cannot hide, cause I know she's good inside.
Yeah, you're pretty cool, Ricky. Except for liking Nicole. Now
Ricky's
that's
pretty
gross.
cool. Don't you guys think? He's
Class.
pretty cool.
Sit down. You
I thought her name was Miss
young
Parmesan for a
Miss
sec.
Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole.
Looks like a Sims 1
She's
machinima.
pretty.
Not funny.
Looks worse than that.
Now sit down. Police.
Like, the Sims don't look
Yeah,
scary,
Ricky.
they just look
Don't you know how
dated.
to
These
sit?
people look
How
like
can you only fall
terrifying.
down?
That's cool. Spin round and round and find the ground. Pow!
Oh,
Hey,
there he goes,
Ricky,
he's dead.
Let me know anytime you want to fall down again. I'll be glad
You're
to
watching
shove
this
you in
instead
the
of
right
Spider-Man No Way
direction.
Home? Good on you. That's the Christmas spirit.
Let's get ready for recess.
Good. I'm ready to skate bigger and faster than my mom can make the biggest sandwich in the world.
Oh, recess.
I'm ready to
When we
skate bigger
return,
and faster
we
than
will
my mom
exchange
can make the
gifts.
biggest sandwich in
Can't
the
we
world?
please give out our presents now?
That sentence didn't make sense.
Please?
I know what he meant,
Pretty please.
but it didn't make sense.
I said after recess because I need a recess.
Okay. Let's go out and do some skating. You won't catch me hesitating.
That will be enough, Ricky.
Okay.
Rapping
Save my
during
rapping
class.
for the presents.
Make sure all of you are bundled up good. I don't think your parents would appreciate runny noses over vacation. Am I right, Smithy?
Yes, Mrs. Parmington.
Remember, come in promptly at the bell.
Teacher, don't you worry. Be right back in a hurry.
Ugh. I think I'll ask Santa for a vacation to a beautiful, quiet island.
This lady's just so fed up with this kid rapping in class. She hates it. Oh, keep in mind that the musician that composed all these songs thinks that they are some of his best, like the best songs he ever composed. He has said this in interviews.
I'm gonna get you, Smithy. I'm gonna take your sandwich. You won't get away from me.
Do you recognize that
Get him
voice?
for you, Todd. He's no match for me.
Yeah, right, bully boy. No one can catch the Smith man.
I don't remember her name, but she's one of the Simpsons voice actors, and you could probably tell because that was a very Simpsons sounding voice.
Got ya. You're mine now, Smithy.
Hang on, Tug. I'm coming.
Look, a tug of
Yeah, her
war.
vacation would be poorly
My
rendered no
very
matter
much
what,
Smithy.
so it wouldn't be worth it.
Hey, Todd, I can feel a big tug. Get it? Big tug?
Yeah!
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You're asking
Oh, those rascals
Smithy!
playing around on the ice like they do with their no ice skates
Watch
on.
me, everyone! Watch what I can do!
Oh, watch what she can do.
Nicole.
Not you!
Damn.
Ricky. And I didn't think it could get any colder out here.
Come on, Lene! Let's pretend we're famous skaters.
Had enough yet? Aren't you tired of tugging along?
Don't let go, Tug! I'm almost there!
You better give up! If you know what's good for you!
Yeah.
Whoa, this reeks. I want waves, not ice. Surfing stinks on ice.
Oh yeah, they were animating T-poses. Because... So the software they were using to make this special was not exactly a... It wasn't a professional animation software. It was sort of
Nobody
a...
messes with my food and gets away
like
with it.
home use,
Come on, Smithy, didn't your mom
like,
teach you to share?
3D model, like, animating program that essentially had canned, like, pre-created animations.
You are back where you belong.
Look at him eat that sandwich. That sandwich floating inside of his scarf. Oh yeah,
What
I
did
told you,
get
the voice
from
of Ariel
grandma,
and the voice of
Nicole?
Belle
Anything
are both in
good?
this. And it's because
Oh,
the guy
hey,
who
that
made
is
this
so
was a real
cool.
smooth
I wish I
talker
had
apparently, and had worked for WB
Cheap is not cool.
before, so he
Now
kind of
my
had
pick's the best.
connections
It
and was
came
apparently
from the
just
mall.
really good at
I bought
schmoozing
that
like
for the
talent
grab bag, Nicole.
and like
It's a
convincing them to
great
get
reindeer.
in on his
I picked her out myself.
project.
Ouch! Ow! Ow! Miss Parrington, get him away from me!
Get him away from me.
I highly recommend looking
That
up the
means
Polygon
he likes
article
you.
about
He
how this
just
Christmas
doesn't
special was
know
made.
he
It
does.
is a trip to read.
Yeah, Mrs. Parmington.
Class,
Mrs. Parmesan.
I need your attention. And I need the calm fairy to dust this room.
This is such a great
I
time of
fucking
year,
hate
Miss
teaching. I hate
Parrington.
all these children.
How are you and our little angels doing?
Our little angels are doing just fine. Thank you very much.
She hates
Hello,
these
sir.
kids.
I hope you have a really, really happy holiday.
Why, thank you.
Well, so this
Renee.
was
I just
considered
wanted to
lost
pop in
media
and wish you all
for a
Merry
while.
Christmas. And you too. Have
And
a happy
actually,
holiday, Miss
apparently
Parrington.
the guy that runs
You
the
as
Lost
well.
Media Wiki
I know that my
literally
fairy is
contacted the
just
creators
going to
of this
spoil me
and
right
like
to
had
the
to
core.
talk them into giving him a
As
copy
it's been another
to put
wonderful
online
year
for
in the
free just for
Partington
media
household.
preservation
Yes.
purposes.
Ah.
Because and apparently it was tough because they did not want, like, they scrubbed this. They did not want, like,
Okay,
they just
children,
wanted to
I
put
wish
it
you
behind
all
them.
a wonderful holiday. Now, please clean up your area before you leave.
But eventually they got their
Things in
hands on it,
order
so now it
teaches
is
you good skills.
no longer lost media. And all the people who just caught it the one
Yeah,
time it aired on
yeah,
TV and thought they were insane as they never
guess
saw it
those
again,
skills
turned
come
out they
later.
were not imagining it. Oh yeah, thank you, Chrysant. I almost forgot. It is my third affiliate anniversary. I've been an affiliate for 3 years. So you can use that little party hat
He
emote
probably has
thing.
music playing in his head the
So
way
yeah,
he's
enjoy
rocking
that.
back and forth.
Cool. Hey, dude, can I listen?
Well, I was waiting for Nicole.
Imagine if this got the reanimated collab
What
treatment.
do you want, Ricky?
I would love that.
What could we possibly have to talk about?
We can all discover something important about giving, just like Santa.
Santa Claus?
Duh! You know the very important man that won't visit you
Duh.
for good?
Does Santa shop at the mall? No. So that makes me perfect, since all of my presents come from the mall.
You're perfectly
Remember when people
weird,
cared about the
Nicole.
mall? Aw, Crimson, thank you
I
for
know
your
that's mine.
resubscription for 10
It
whole
better
months.
be good.
This
That's a lot.
is from the heart.
Thank you so much. Enjoy this Christmas
Merry Christmas,
special.
Nicole.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Have you lost your mind? Are you purposely trying to embarrass me? I can't even exchange this nasty old thing.
Remember, this is a teddy bear that his dead mother gave him before she died?
You might be smart with books, but you sure are stupid. I give you a real gift, and you don't get it.
Yeah, what a bitch.
Hey, brat. Who do you think you
Just
are?
tape the Gucci
Treat
logo
people
to
the
that
way
bear,
you
then
do.
she'll like it.
It's really gross that Ricky likes you, but he's my friend, and you're not.
Whatever.
Really gross that Ricky likes you, but he's my friend and you're not.
Oh, this is so great. I know you like this stuff, Nicole.
Ah,
Of
yeah,
course.
that's
It's
Christmas
sold
right
in
there. Look at that
malls,
bird in
so
that
I know they
tree.
spent lots of money. And we go to this really big store. And it starts with a W. Whatever.
Go to this really big store and it starts with a W. What, Walmart? Is that a Walmart joke?
Ricky, who gave you that candle?
Oh, hi, Dad.
One thing to say.
Welcome,
Do
Father.
you see anything else?
It's Christmas time again. And I'm...
Kids nowadays.
Oh, also... Oh, damn, I talked over the grandma.
Dear Santa,
There's a grandma in
please
this
send me a
film.
video box.
She is voiced by
Please
Deborah
Send
Wilson,
toys
believe
to
it or
all
not.
the kids
You
in my
wouldn't
class,
know.
Even Nicole. I gave her my special.
Hi, Joe. Thank
bear.
you for your
But Mama
8-month
gave me
free
it before the angels took
subscription.
her.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're
Your
watching
friend,
Rap City
Ricky
Street
Rodgers.
Kids Believe in Santa,
There.
what is considered to be
All
the
done.
worst Christmas special ever made.
Sending letters.
I'll be back in a hurry, great grandma.
Always in a hurry.
I don't know if you heard her there. She'll do a little more talking later on in the special. Oh no, his letter to Santa, it's flying away. Now Santa won't know what he wants.
Hope you get lots of stuff. I know I will. What do you think Santa
She
will
sounded like
bring
she had a
you
bunch of
this year?
cotton balls in her mouth. Yup.
You still believe in Santa Claus? That's so last year. I suppose the tooth fairy still comes for your baby teeth.
I'm gonna punch this bitch's baby teeth right out.
Santa Claus!
I like being mean to my friends.
Been a good girl today.
Not only have I been good today, but I've been a good girl all year
I've been a
long.
good girl being mean to my
You
friends
know
all fucking
I'm
day.
the bestest kid in the world, Mommy.
I know you are. And I'm the luckiest mom in the world.
I look out, it's the famous song.
At me, look and you'll see the best kid in the world. Look
I gotta turn this up.
at me, look and you'll see just how good I can be. 'Cause on Christmas Eve, old Santa will see the best kid in the world is me, don't you see?
Remember, she just told her friend that Santa's not real.
My room's spotless, everything in a row. Look at me, brush my teeth twice, behind my ears are so clean. 'Cause on Christmas Eve, old Santa will see.
So she was just being an asshole to her friend for no
the best kid
reason.
in the
Because she believes in Santa.
is
She was just
me.
pretending that she's like
Don't
too
you
good.
see? Look at me, straight A student, homework's always on time.
Also, does this voice sound like an elementary
Look
schooler to
at
you?
me,
even a middle
Tell
schooler.
me what else you might believe? Hey, old Santa Claus, you know better, so you know I will try to be like that kid who I said I was. Oh, I know I could be. 'Cause on Christmas Eve, old Santa will see the best kid in the world is me.
It's hard. This is a hard one to get through. It's pretty bad. This is Belle's voice actress from Beauty and the Beast, Belle herself. This voice actress got suckered into being in this. I think Mark Hamill is this character's dad. So Mark Hamill will also make an appearance as well.
Hey, thanks, Santa Claus. You're the best guy that I know.
That's how the Christmas cookie crumble, baby.
And thanks, Santa Claus. You made me feel like the best kid in the world.
My bobbin. I wonder if I should mute the mic while I'm doing this, because this might actually be loud. Alright, can you guys see what I'm doing? You can't really. Ugh. My bobbin is empty, so we're gonna
Well, there must be a Santa Claus.
restring it.
Oh, Nicole seems sure that there isn't. I don't know.
Oh, it's probably loud
What
though,
am
because
I
it's close to
gonna
the mic. It'll be over in a sec, don't worry.
Honey.
Because I know you
something
guys don't
bothering
want to
you?
miss any of the
No,
really
nothing.
good audio
When is
in this
Daddy
Christmas
coming home?
special.
Soon. Right after he picks up the Christmas tree. Why don't
I
you play
don't think
with your
this is
little
worse than the
sister until
room
then?
because there's no
Well, I
gratuitous
love
sex
Jenna,
scenes in
Mom,
this.
but I just want to wait for Daddy, okay?
I did
That's
not
fine.
hit her. That's
Nana is on
bullshit.
her
I
way
did
as
not
well,
hit her.
so we
I did
can all
not.
decorate the tree as a family. Come on. It's Christmas. Cheer up.
I wonder what that letter is doing out there. Dear Santa, please send me a letter to send toys to all the kids in my... Even Nicole. I gave her my special bear that Mommy... Oh no, Ricky. What have I done?
Okay, I turned it back down. I boosted it for the song. I turned it back.
You just got to edit it.
Isn't that what Santa does? It was from my heart.
Oh, see, what is now?
She doesn't get it.
Oh, Christmas. Oh.
How? When I feel so bad.
That's so crude. That's unhinged.
Nicole, we're looking for Ricky's bear.
I've got to find it.
Oh boy, here comes.
At least the room doesn't give you eye cancer with ugly CG.
I wouldn't believe it. Let me guess.
But it does give you eye cancer because you look at Tommy Wiseau's butt cheeks like a lot.
At the dumpster. Do they take credit cards?
Yeah, the poor little princess is turned into
Aw,
a
come
garbage
on,
man.
Dad. Don't you want to celebrate the
Nicole,
holiday
the
season?
ice
Come
queen.
on.
Hey, when you melt, your hair is gonna be a mess.
She sounds like she's on all the drugs that make you fast.
Very
A little
fun.
bit, yeah.
Don't just stand there. Help me find that bear.
Yeah, Smithy, you should help us too.
What is it about girls being so bossy anyway? Gee
Shut
whiz.
it.
Come on, guys. Let's get out of here. Hey, have fun digging in the trash. Hope you find the garbage you're looking for.
Bye, Ralphie.
Don't forget to take a bath before Christmas. You girls stink enough as it is.
Ooh,
And now
that's
Smithy
pretty good
smells
insult.
worse than before.
Yeah, smelly Smithy and princess of the trash.
The San Francisco wasn't CGI. It was just a bunch of B-roll shots that they like rode around San Francisco filming.
Those guys are so lame.
Never mind them. Ricky's mom gave him that bear. I can't let him give me something so special. I've got to find it for him.
Nicole, you killed the bear. Now he's gone to trash heaven, and poor Ricky is gonna cry.
He's gone to trash heaven.
Oh, come on,
That's where I've gone.
Please. It's for Ricky. Help us find it. Where could it be?
Wait! I've seen the cleaning man take trash down in the basement before. Maybe it's there. Gee, do I have to come up with all the answers or what?
Yeah, Joe, if you were not in here when I mentioned it earlier, I highly recommend. There is a Polygon article about the making of this Christmas special, and it's a treat. It's a treat to just see how, like, to find out why this turned out the way it did.
Oh, not funny, Smiffy.
Oh yeah, the backdrop when he's on the rooftop. Oh yeah, that's definitely that's green screened in. But it's a real picture.
You will be
It's just
black
green
and blue
screen, I'm
if
pretty
anyone
sure.
hears about this. Now keep looking. Now what'll we do? Oh.
How about the junkyard?
Oh no.
Yeah, let's
Not
go
that.
rummage around in all the
Do you
town's
wanna find
trash.
the bear or not?
Okay, but I'm definitely going to throw this outfit away.
Oh yeah,
Not
I
to
know
mention
the whole
have my
thing about
nails
Tommy
done.
Wiseau's
Your nails?
mysterious
I would never
income.
understand girls.
That
Being
it's
a boy is
apparently from a
definitely
clothing
better.
line he had, but where his money came from, yeah, is... I don't know that anyone believes a word of
Yes,
where he says his money
I
came
saved
from.
you again, my friend.
You just wait. Your time will come and I'll be right there to get you.
Yeah, Smiffy. All the sandwiches in the world won't make you skate faster next time.
We're gonna fucking kill you, kid. We're 13.
Chasing a skating sandwich.
We're 13-year-olds and we're gonna commit a murder.
Bad bullies think they're smarter than me. We'll just see about that.
We can't let them see us or my plan won't work.
This is so great. They're good at digging through trash. Maybe they'll find us some cool stuff.
Yeah, they can find it and we can take it. Maybe we can build a cool fort out of this junk.
We've got to be quiet.
Why? Well, who's gonna hear us?
Not who. What?
Which what?
There are.
Oh my god, the guard dogs are gonna kill him! Oh no, look at them running! Yeah, Minecraft has better animation than this, because, like, professional animators with appropriate, you know, software get paid a lot of money to animate good. And that is not what happened with this special. Well, it wasn't. I'll give them this. It was animated by professionals. People animating this were professionals, but they had software that was never meant to do
I
this,
have a great idea.
and had 4 months to make this entire thing. And it was also 2002, so 3D like animation was, you know, still only something that really, like, the big boys were doing successfully.
This is not cool, man.
Oh, look out! Look at those teeny tiny dogs are coming! Those itty bitty little dogs!
Oh, look! There it is!
They also... So the program they used, you couldn't even do 3D modeling in it.
Over that.
And you couldn't, like, import
That's
3D
easy.
models
Just climb
into
that
it.
tree and
They
jump
had to
over.
actually contact the people who made the software and ask, could you please
What?
make us some
A
custom
lady does
3D
not
models
climb
of, like, our
trees.
characters
She
that we
doesn't-
can
she
use in your
doesn't wanna be
software?
late. Besides, now is not the time
They
to be a
did.
girl.
Uh-huh. There he goes. I mean, it's impressive that they got it finished, that's for sure.
Look, we finally made it.
Considering they weren't even, like, able to use software that was meant to do 3D animation.
What are you doing here? And what happened?
Never mind. Here. I'm so sorry.
Aw, she apologized.
Nicole, this was a gift for you.
But doesn't it mean a lot to you?
Yes. And so does friendship.
Also, she never explains to him that she found his letter and that's how she knows that it was from his deceased mother.
This is my very favorite time of the year. I can remember you, Robert, as a little boy. Oh, you had such a hard time falling asleep on Christmas Eve.
I remember one early morning, my sister, brother, and I running down the stairs, so excited. Only to find nothing
Hey, that's
under
my
the
homie
tree.
Justin.
We
Welcome.
thought that Santa had completely
Welcome. This is the
forgotten
first
us.
time you decided to drop in on this
I
stream.
went to the front window to see if Santa was flying by. And to my surprise, there, right on our porch, sat brand new bicycles.
I want a pony for Christmas. Santa
Oh yeah, Justin actually was at my home when I played this special for my friends back in 2019. So now you get to watch it again, because I know you just didn't get enough of it the first time. Oh, that's true, yeah. Are you, like, offering some Christmas past, present, and future?
There's a little extra Christmas cheer.
You don't remember this? Oh, that's probably
Santa's
good.
on his
It's
way.
for the best.
You don't believe me? Come and take a look. Do you see him? Do you see Santa?
Do you see him?
I do, Daddy. Oh, there he is. He's there because I believe in him.
There he is.
Exactly. It's what's in your heart that matters most.
Do you hear that, Daddy?
I sure do, sweetheart. I love you.
Daddy, will you try and help me understand? Daddy, are you sure that he's a special man?
Like describing Santa as a special man.
I believe in Santa.
Tiny Tim went hungry again. Oh no.
Santa too. And if we all believed in Santa, there will always be a Santa. Santa alive inside of me and you.
Because we all believe in Santa.
Oh, here, I gotta boost this.
Santa, Santa alive inside of me and you.
Ah, dang it. Ah, too late.
Good night, Daddy. I love you.
I boosted it too late for the song. Keep in mind, I mentioned this earlier, but the guy who composed all the music for this special did believe that it is some of the best music he's ever made. Apparently, legitimately did feel that way.
Oh, honey, by the time I got out of the mall, the cleaners had already closed. So I bought you a new suit.
No surprises there. That's how I get most of my suits.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Nicole. Let's open your presents, precious.
Oh, our princess has my good looks and your spending habits.
Damn.
Oh, dear, a present from Grandma came last week in the mail. I may have put it at the back of the tree.
Oh, cool! Grandma always sends me the best stuff.
Nothing's too good for my princess. And I've got the credit card bills to prove it.
This is what Ricky asked Santa for.
Put a big smile on, Pumpkin. It's Christmas. And you know what that means. Even more presents than on every other day.
Mommy, Daddy, may I go visit a friend?
Of course, Princess. Have a good time. It's a wonderful Christmas. I've got the most beautiful
There's the
wife
Joker.
and daughter. And of course, they have the most handsome husband and father.
I'm the perfect little girl.
Wiggling their eyebrows and winking is disturbing. I hate that. Ugh. Ugh.
Nicole?
Santa made a terrible mistake. He sent this present to the wrong house. So I ran over here as fast as I could.
Are you sure, Nicole?
Look, it has your name on it. Well, don't just stand there. Open it.
Forget what the thing he even wanted. Oh, video box. Oh yeah, that, you know what? That's actually pretty much what the new Xbox looks like.
Even Santa.
Of course
That's
I did.
actually not that far
How
off.
else could your present get to my house?
Could Santa make a mistake?
Well, you know he has a lot on his mind Christmas Eve. Come over later and we'll go to Lene's house.
Merry Christmas!
Jenna, I think I see something in the backyard.
Ooh.
Oh, wow! Thank you, Santa! Oh, how cool
They
is
got a
that?
pony.
Too cool!
Now, is this pony alive?
Oh, I'll get it.
And also, what is up with that child? Like,
So happy to see you guys.
it's how old is that child? It's wearing a onesie, but
Thanks, Lene.
it's kind of
And
tall.
what I said about Santa,
I don't know.
well, it's okay, Nicole.
There's a sign about PS5s and
Me
X1s.
We can always work things through. My friends, believe me when I say it's true. Belief in Santa is where we start, but what matters is what's in our heart. If you want to know what you can trust, it's that Santa believes in us.
Wow.
Do you know what, Nicole? I never stopped believing in Santa. And you don't have to stop either.
I won't.
She talked.
That makes two of us.
Great Grandma,
That
you
was Deborah
always
Wilson,
know
by the way.
just what to say.
Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey! What's that? Wow!
Oh, there he goes. There's Santa. There he went.
Believe in Santa. Yeah!
Believe in Santa.
That's right. I believe in Santa.
I am so proud of you, Princess.
And a Merry Christmas to all.
Shut that door.
Yay! Yay! Do you guys feel inspired? Do you feel the Christmas spirit now? Believe in Santa. Yay. Colin Slater. So that is the man whose big idea this all was. Where he just wanted to make an animated Christmas special as cheaply as possible. And felt like that would just be an easy cash grab. Yeah, and that's how he accidentally made the worst ever Christmas special in history. Bort. Yep, Bort was in it. Nancy Cartwright, she was in there. I don't know if you saw Mark Hamill was also in it. The voices for Ariel and Belle from the Disney. Ariel from Little Mermaid and Belle from Beauty and the Beast are both in it. Yeah. Apparently, Colin Slater supposedly was extremely good at just like schmoozing. I mean, he had some industry experience before. I mentioned it earlier. He had worked for WB for, like, as a producer and stuff for a while. And so had some connections and things, and apparently was just super great at, like, buttering up talent to get them to work on his stuff. Yep, there they are. Deborah Wilson is great-grandma Fran. Yeah, don't feel bad for him. He was an extremely rich man who was just trying to get a cash grab on as little money as possible. Don't feel bad for him. Yep, arms are there. Arms are attached. I can't. Arms attached. They're on there. Arms attached. She didn't lose her head. Her head just hasn't been created yet. Yeah, she just watched this special and her head flew right off.
My name's Jenna, and I'll be back with the Easter Bunny.
Finished, done, gone, over. Adios, l'chaim, mahalo, dos vidania. Go on now, the little cartoon movie's over.
There you go.
The end.
Catch the Rhapsody Street Kids in A Bunny's Tale. Except you won't, because that never existed. It never got made. The fucking gall this guy had that he planned to make a sequel before this was even finished or aired. Obviously, the sequel never happened. Yeah, promised a sequel that never happened. So good. So good. Okay. So, well, as you can see, it's already gone in the window capture. I have... That was called Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa. That's Rhapsody, R-A-P-S-I-T-T-I-E. Rhapsody Kids Believe in Santa. If you Google the worst Christmas special ever, it'll probably come up. There's a very good Polygon article you can read about the making of that special that I highly recommend. It is an interesting read. It is where I got most of the information. I told you guys. But, curious if I Knew Saban made a Christmas special? Rhapsody, I prefer rappers stand up. I also learned from that Polygon article about it. It was initially... they wanted to call it something... I forget what the original name was supposed to be called. But they couldn't call it that because it was already, like, a copyrighted name. Then they wanted to call it Rhapsody Kids. Like, Rhapsody Street Kids. But that was also apparently, like, legally... already taken or something, so they literally just respelled Rhapsody to be Rap City. Yeah. Well, if Saban made a Christmas special, surely we cannot watch it or I would be DMCA'd into the dirt. But luckily, our friends at archive.org have a public domain film that we can watch next. Because I knew that Rap City Street Kids Believe in Santa was not gonna, that wasn't gonna cover our whole stream. So I pulled in, I was looking at, public domain Christmas films, and there was actually one that had a Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode, and is one that I enjoy very much. This movie is very silly. I mean, it's a bad film. It was on Mystery Science Theater 3000 for a reason. But it's also public domain, so I won't get in trouble for broadcasting it. So this is Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. It's also going to be in, really bad quality, because it's, from 1964, so suck it up. Actually, hold on. Maybe I can find it in better quality. Hold on. Is it going to just pull up? Yeah, well, hold on. Hold on. See if I can find it in better quality somewhere. Is it just on YouTube anywhere? Oh, there's apparently a remastered version on Amazon. I hope this is still public domain, because it does seem to be listed at places. Oh god, pause. Is this better quality than this one? It looks comparable. Apparently Pluto TV has a version, has this on their thing, which is weird. I'm trying to tell if one of the versions is visually better than the others. They both still look pretty bad. Yeah, we'll watch the one that's on the Internet Archive, because I trust them more. The video player is so small. Oh no, we're not gonna watch Mystery Science Theater 3000, because I'm pretty sure that is not public domain to watch. This film is public domain. Oh, Justin says hi, honey. He's busy playing Final Fantasy 14 right now.
It's so sad.
He says it's so sad, it's making him very sad. Hold on, I need to crop it. Hold on, I'll let it play, but I gotta crop the window.
At this time, station KID TV brings you the special event of the year, a first in television history. At this very moment, KID TV has standing by a television crew at Santa Claus Workshop. And in just a few seconds, our special correspondent, Andy Henderson, will bring you a person-to-person interview with Santa Claus himself direct from the North Pole, where at the moment, the temperature is 91 degrees below zero. And now KID TV takes you via Telstar, Andy Henderson at the North Pole.
Hi, kids. This is Andy Henderson at the North Pole. Woo, it's cold up here. From this spot, there's only one direction you can go, and that's south. Living up here is pretty rough. I don't see how Santa stands it. Since we've been here, we've eaten nothing but frozen
That looks alright
food.
enough.
At least that's the way it is by the time we get it.
Why does Santa need to subjugate aliens? I don't know,
Let's take a
man.
look-see into Santa's workshop.
It's been a minute since I've seen this Mystery Science Theater episode, I'll be honest.
Hello again.
Let me know if the volume is
Boys and
okay
girls,
on it.
It's just weeks before Christmas, and Santa and his helpers are working overtime to make sure that there's enough toys for the kids all over the world. Santa's a pretty busy man, but I'm sure.
Meanwhile,
he'd like to say a
I'm
few
gonna start
words to you
assembling
kids.
her head.
Hello, Santa.
Oh, hello, son. Oh, hello, boys and girls.
Santa, you
Oh,
shouldn't
it's
smoke.
Andy.
It sets a
You
bad
caught
example
me at
for
a
the
very
children.
busy time.
Well, do you think you'll be ready by Christmas Eve?
Well, we've never disappointed the kids yet.
Hey, you know, at least they shelled out for a
Tell
decent
me, is it
Santa
true
actor
this
that
year
looks fairly
There's a rumor that you're
Santa-y.
going to use a rocket sled?
No, sirree. We're going out the good old-fashioned way with my reindeer. Prancer and Dancer and Dunder and Blitzen and Vixen and Nixon.
Oh god, Santa's drunk.
Vixen, what? I get
drunk
I
again.
always con it. I get those names mixed up, but the kids know their names.
Santa, there you are. We have so much to do, and you stand here dawdling, talking to this visitor.
Mr. Anderson, this is Mrs. Claus. We're on television.
How do you do, Mr. Anderson?
Ma'am?
Now, I want you to go and finish painting those hobby horses. Television? Did you say we're on television? Oh, dear.
Do they even get television up at the
Tell
North
me.
Pole?
Oh, my hair's a mess. Hello there.
He's not following COVID rules. Oh no! Those elves
Come
better be
along, Mr.
vaccinated.
Anderson, and I'll show you some of the new toys we're turning out. How's it going, Winky?
Everything is A-okay, Santa.
Good man. Winky is in charge of our space department. Now here is the latest toy rocket. It runs on real rocket fuel.
Really? I've been wondering, what is this strange little creature over here?
just Batman?
Winky made that.
Oh,
That's his idea of a Martian.
A Martian? Wowie wow, I'd hate to meet a creature like that on a dark night. I wonder if there really are people on Mars.
Well, who knows?
Well, if there are, I hope they have someone like you
Winky
up there,
wink twice
Santa,
if
to
you're
bring
being held
joy
against
and
your
good cheer to all the Martian children.
Oh, Mr. Anders.
Yeah,
Keep
rude to the
going,
Martians,
Winky.
damn.
Christmas Eve is coming soon. Now, Mr. Anderson, I want to show you some more things. Drapo!
Oh my god, look at that outfit.
Drapo, you lazy
I'm gonna start
son of a
dressing
nothing,
like
where are
that
you?
from now on. I want all of you to know.
Drapo,
I'm gonna get some antenna.
Drapo, wake up! Wake up!
Does look a little Great Gazooey, yeah. I mean, this is in the 60s, so this is how they thought sci-fi looked.
Stand up! Stand
Also, did he have like a tickle baton? Is that what that was? Because I don't like that. That's
Drapo, you were the laziest
that's some
man
kind of
on
sex
Mars.
thing, and
Why
I didn't
are
like
you
it.
sleeping during working hours?
I wasn't sleeping, Chief. It's just that I haven't been able to sleep these last few nights. I forgot how. So I was just practicing.
Well, I suggest you practice doing your work. Where's Lady Momar?
Oh, she went to the food pill center to get some new food pills. The children haven't been eating well. No appetite at all.
Oh, it's no wonder. They sit
Get
in front
some
of the
food-
video set
some
all day
Lunchables
watching those
food pills for the
ridiculous Earth
kids.
programs.
They
It
won't eat
confuses
anything
them.
else but Lunchables.
Where are they?
Oh, and they're
Give me some food
watching
pills
Earth
that taste like the
programs.
Lunchables pizza. That's how we'll really know we're in the future, is if they can make, like,
Say, Santa, what have
Martian
we
food pills
These are
that taste
new
like
dolls.
Lunchables.
Now, this little doll walks, talks, cries, and she even sings.
Almost like a real, live little girl.
That she is, sir. That she is. All she needs is tender, loving care.
Gilmar, what is a doll? I don't know, Gilmar. What is tender loving care? I don't know either.
Bomar, Gilmar.
We don't have love in outer
told
space.
you not to watch those silly Earth programs.
Well, clearly,
Now go
the
to
dad's
sleep.
an asshole.
Must we go to sleep now, Father? I want to see Santa Claus some more. I want to see more toys.
No, go to sleep.
We don't have Christmas on Mars, you little motherfuckers. It says programs is programs. This dad needs to watch Rhapsody Kids Believe in Santa so he can really get in the Christmas spirit, I think.
I've been vacuuming the room.
Good. Is the master here?
Oh, he's in there. And Kimar's very angry, too.
Kimar, I bought some new food pills. I hope the children will eat these.
Santa Claus on Mars?
Y'all need
Will we get a
Jesus.
Santa Claus? There's only one Santa Claus, and he's an Earth.
See, that's the trouble. You bring Christmas to Mars, you're gonna bring Christianity to Mars, and then it's gonna be a whole breakdown of
And
civilization.
desperate problems require desperate deeds. Earth has had Santa Claus long enough. We will bring him to Mars.
I'm against it. Our children are fine the way they are. I don't want any Santa Claus bringing them toys and games. They'll start playing and laughing and running underfoot. They'll become a nuisance.
I've made my decision. We leave for Earth tonight. Rigna, Lomos, prepare spaceship number 1.
Face and earpieces. Make the back of the head brown since her hair is brown. Ugh. I'll make the back of her head sort of, you know, look like it has a hairline. I could get on board for some decadent sinning Martian children. That's what I'm signing up for this holiday season.
Approaching projected Earth orbit. Fire! Portside rockets, number 1 and number 2.
Portside rockets, number 1 and number 2. Fire!
I gotta give me one of these helmets they've got with the antenna. That's fashion
All
right
Bodar,
there.
now to find Santa Claus. Turn on your magnascope to 3rd power.
Oh yeah, I know Japan loves like KFC for Christmas. Which at first I'm like, ugh. But then I remember that like fast food is like good in Japan.
So that's what the Earth
That their
people
like
call
fast
a
food
city,
chains
eh?
actually have like food that's pretty good. And
Look
isn't
at all
complete
those
ass
buildings
like it is in
above
America. So then I'm like,
Why, we
maybe
could
it is
destroy
pretty
that
good.
city with one blast
Maybe I
of
don't
our
even know.
fury.
We've not come here to destroy anyone. Our only purpose is to bring Santa Claus back to Mars. Turn to 5th power. Let's see if we can locate Santa Claus. He wears a red suit, trimmed with white fur, and he has a long white beard.
But there are millions of people down there. It's like looking for a speck of space dust in a comic's tail. Wait a minute. I see him. I see Santa Claus.
He's right there. We found him.
I see him too.
He's standing on the corner ringing a bell.
No, he's not. He's standing near the entrance of a large building next to a large black kettle.
He's standing on the corner, Kima. Wait a minute.
It only happened because of an ad campaign in
Well, there are
Japan.
hundreds of Santa Clauses
Well,
down there.
I'm going to bring them all back with us.
not to spoil it for
Just
you,
one.
but
And with so many, they won't miss
pretty much
one.
every holiday tradition for everything happened because of an ad
We interrupt our
campaign.
program with a special bulletin.
At least
An
in America.
unidentified object has been spotted in orbit around the Earth. The Soviet Union denies it has launched any new space satellites. Our radar stations are tracking the spaceship, or whatever it is. The U.S. Air Force has
I mean, what,
alerted
isn't
all defense
Coca-Cola
commands and
credited with like
retaliatory
really
units.
solidifying
Stay
the
tuned for
image of
further
Santa
bulletins.
Claus? With the red suit and everything. Man, I love fucking... I love retro futurism. I love sci-fi that looks like fucking this. With just like big beeping lights on the walls and like
Misfunctioning of radar shield.
antennas on things. I love this shit. It's great.
Radar shield.
This is way better than what the actual future is like.
A slight case of Droppo.
Hi, Chief.
What are you doing here, Droppo?
Oh, well, Chief, I went to the launching pad so I could say goodbye to you, and I remembered. I've never been to Earth, so I thought I wanted to.
I may leave you there in place of Santa Claus.
He just was snuck in and like the under like all the computer terminals. He was hiding under the motherboard over there. This guy.
Get below quickly.
Yes, Chief. I'm sorry.
Prepare to land.
Oh yeah,
We'll set
like
down
old
that
Star
field near
Trek
the lake.
stuff when it's just like blinky lights and things. I love that.
Rocket science is set.
I love that Star Trek shows the future of fashion being like solid colored onesie pajamas. And I really wish that had come to fruition. I wish that had been true.
The Defense Department has just announced that the unidentified flying object has suddenly disappeared from our radar screens. They believe the object has either disintegrated in space,
Get
or
my
it
lint
may be a
roller.
spaceship from some other planet which
See
has
one
the
of Henry's
ability to
hairs
nullify
stuck
our
to
radar
it.
beams.
So you always want to lint roll all the minky remains off. Otherwise, you breathe them right up into your lungs. And then your throat's irritated all day. I speak from experience. Oh yeah, they like tried to make the fashion very gender neutral. child abductions, and so, like, you realized how common it really was, and it started to make people freaked out about it.
I can see Santa Claus' workshop. I prepare for landing. Fargo, set the rocket silencers. Bravo!
You hate the
stay
future
aboard and guard
sometimes.
those children.
Well.
They must not leave the ship now.
Now or ever?
What do you mean, Voldar?
If we take them with us to Mars, Santa's disappearance will remain a mystery. No one on Earth will ever know that Santa Claus was kidnapped by Martians.
Perhaps you're right.
I love that he says that in such a way where it's like, that's a punchy line. Really emphasize it.
I'll keep an eye on him.
Santa Claus was kidnapped by Martians.
We've landed. Secure the ship. Lomas, you remain on guard and have the ship ready for immediate blast-off. Rigna, Hargo, Voldar, you'll accompany me. Come. We'll activate Torg.
Torg? To capture a roly-poly little man like Santa Claus? We don't need Torg.
Oh, damn it. I even said that I wanted to leave a gap in the middle, and I forgot. I was thinking too much about the Martians. Well, here's what the face is gonna look like. With the white section on. Hopefully the ratio of white to cream is good, and I won't have to redo it, but we'll see.
They're going to kidnap Santa Claus. And us, too. Not if we can help it.
They're going to
We've
kidnap
got to get
Santa
out of here
Claus.
and Santa. What's it, Tall? I don't know, but I'm not afraid of it. It's not going to stop us. Come on. Wait, Betty.
You'd think the newsworthy thing would be, holy shit, extraterrestrials are real. Nah, that's old news.
Why did you do that? If this ship ever leaves Earth, I'll have the whole U.S. Space Force after them. Come on. Wait a minute.
Wait, did he say the Space Force? Did this movie predict Elon Musk's Space Force?
Come on.
Yeah, they predicted the Space Force.
Come on, Betty.
That should have left a small hole.
This action must take place swiftly. We can't afford to make any mistakes. Argo, you cover the rear of the workshop. Rigna, Voldar, cover the front entrance.
Here's what the nose will look like when it's in there.
Voldar isn't here. Rigna, go up and tell Voldar. Voldar, this is another one of your delaying tactics.
I wish I could control the brightness of this
return.
lamp, because it's
Now
like
I'm warning you, change your attitude.
You finished, Chief?
Yes, I am, and you will be too if you're not careful.
Oh, but I am careful, Chief. So careful that I looked in at the children before I left the ship.
You stay away from those children.
That'll be easy to do. They've escaped.
Voldar, if this is your idea of a joke...
Ask Drapo. They overheard our plans. At this very moment, they're on their way to Santa Claus.
Their
to warn
helmets
him.
look like the
It's
bad
true,
guy
Kima.
from Jingle All the Way from the Turbo Man show. I've never actually seen Jingle All the
We
Way.
must stop them. Those children mustn't reach Santa Claus. Follow them.
Those
I'll
children
put Torg on
mustn't
the
reach
trail.
Santa Claus. They mustn't.
Torg, come out of the spaceship. Torg,
Let's do the
come
earsies.
out of the spaceship.
Billy, I can't run anymore.
these kids are doing a considerably decent job. Like, they're in the actual North Pole.
Must be somewhere around here.
Like, sub-zero temperatures, surely. So they're doing all right. They got pretty far.
Doesn't like us. Come on. He ran away, but boy, that was a narrow escape. Why did he run away? I don't know. Uh-oh.
Oh my god. That is a furry that not even a mother could love. Oh boy. Yeah, it looks amazing. I did see the trailer for Bad Guys. Oh, did you read the Polygon article? It is something. It is what a weird thing to have happened. The part about when they were like watching it being aired and the one guy's dad just like left in the middle of it because he was so disappointed. Like, holy shit. It's a great story for a great Christmas special.
I'm cold. I wish it was.
I'm cold. I'm 5 years old and I'm in the North Pole.
It'll cover our tracks and be hard for the Martians to find us. And it'll be hard for us to find Santa's workshop. I'm scared. We'll find it. Which way is north?
I wouldn't say it's like a horrific disaster, but it's just like it's a good story of an old-fashioned bungling. Just a straight up bungling.
The lights are moving.
One thing about the story that at least that I appreciate is that it does outline that everyone was like paid pretty fairly for their work, like all the animators and everything like felt that they were paid fairly for the amount of work they did, which is unusual in that kind of story. Oh, I love this robot. He's cute. I want to be a robot that looks like a cardboard box. Transplant my brain into a robot that looks like that. Oh, it's just taking the kids.
Crush them.
Crush them.
Do as I say.
Crush the children.
Something like this. I set Torg's control so he will obey only me.
Oh yeah, a little wind-up key, adorable.
You were very lucky.
I love characters that have wind-up keys on their backs. I just think it's cute as hell.
Next time. Hargo, take them back to the ship, lock them up, and rejoin us.
You won't get away with this, you Martian!
The danger grows with every minute. Let's get Santa Claus and blast off. We'll surround the workshop and send Torg in to get Santa. Nobody is to be harmed unless they get in our way.
No, crush the children!
What has happened to the great warriors of our planet?
I'm over here yelling crush the children, and I bet you anything that over in Final Fantasy XIV, Henry is actually tragically watching some children get crushed by something really sad.
Toys, games, laughing
He just,
children.
as I said that, he said, I did!
To your posts!
That's true. I was actually a cutscene before I started streaming. I was watching him watch a cutscene, and a kid totally did get crushed. I mean, it wasn't like a little kid, but it was like a teenager-looking character did get stepped on and crushed, and it was like, ooh!
Get him, Torg.
He's over there weeping, and I'm over here looking at this robot bust down the door to Santa's workshop. Yeah, we've got ears. Another thing that I really like, especially for something like ears, like that are really curved.
Where did you come from? You're the biggest toy I've ever seen.
Can't. Okay, so you can sort of see. You can sort of see the line where the seam is here, right?
Santa's treating him like a toy.
Yeah, you can see it when I.
Get him, Torg. Grab
So
him.
that's where the furry
toy.
bit of the Minky is sort
Now
of
we'll
like
have to get
folded
Santa
into
ourselves.
the
Come on,
seam.
Bulldog.
And what I like to do, I'll just take like my biggest like tapestry needle
What have we here?
and just kind of
More
pick
toys?
the
Those are
Minky out of the seam,
Santa
so that
Claus,
way
you're coming
it'll
with
hide
us.
the seam
No,
and look
you
more
can't take him
natural.
now. It's too near Christmas.
Quiet,
And
you.
it's cuter. If you really have time,
don't want to
you
hurt
should do
you,
this for
Santa
all your
Claus, so
seams
come
on
along
anything that you make with
quietly.
Minky.
Why?
But, you know, that's not very exciting to watch on stream, so
Why did
we'll
you
just
have
do it for
to
the
do
ears
that,
for now.
my helper?
It's harmless. It'll wear off in a short while.
Oh. Well, why didn't you say so in the first place?
Now, you come with us. We need you on Mars.
Okay. Public domain Christmas films. Let's see. Let's see. We can watch a 1935 version of A Christmas Carol. There's one. Is this actually? Huh. Well, maybe we'll watch this one next week. There's a film that is a Mexican film called Santa Claus versus the Devil. That's interesting. Maybe we'll save that one. Maybe we'll go back to... Maybe we'll just listen to Christmas music for like another half hour. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I can get away with streaming a little longer. Just because I know Henry is very engrossed in Final Fantasy XIV, so he won't be annoyed if we have dinner a little late. No, don't do that. But the Santa Claus and the Devil one, though, that's an hour and a half. That will take us to, what, 9:30? No. That'll take us to 10 o'clock. There's some animated thing that's just called Santa's Surprise, and that is making me afraid. Don't play audio. I don't know even what you are. Where the... Wait. 1947. How long is this? This is only 7 minutes. Short. No. I want something that's a nice flat hour. What is this? This is only 8 minutes. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, here we go. What do we think about a 1955 adaptation of Miracle on 34th Street that is a 1-hour TV adaptation of the original film? What do we feel like about that? That sounds good, right? That's Christmassy as hell. What? Window capture, please register the existence of this window. What the? No! Not my discard! Ah! Ignore that! That was a plushy discard. It doesn't want to register the Miracle on 34th Street window. It doesn't like it. Why don't you like it? It doesn't want it. Why? It won't read the window. There you go, Jesus Christ. You gotta be so fussy. I'm just trying to watch Miracle on 34th Street. Come on. No, this film is public domain. I'm only looking at public domain films. This is a public domain, 1 hour long TV adaptation of the original film. It's a different film. It's not the original Miracle on 34th Street. Okay, let me crop this properly. This is a silent film.
Sorry to interrupt your work, but you're making a serious mistake. Huh? With reindeer, I mean. You're putting Prancer where Dasher should be. And Blitzen should always be on my right-hand side.
He should, huh?
Yes, and another thing. Donna's antlers have 4 points instead of 3. But I don't suppose anyone would notice that except me.
No, I don't suppose so. Say, who are you?
My name is Kringle. Chris Kringle. Well,
You miss dedicated
glad I
toy
could be of
stores.
help. Bye.
You live in California, don't you? Surely there is like some like fancy toy stores somewhere out there. You hate hardcore Christmas fans?
Like throwing a ball. Now what?
Well, that was the real Santa, was the implication. That was the real Santa. That's why he knows all that stuff.
Wonderful. Where'd you find him?
We answered the ad along with 100 others. He is good as me.
Well, the parade's ready to start. You coming?
I'm going home and getting a hot
So
tub.
first,
I may just stay there until next Thanksgiving.
You've worked so hard on the parade.
stitch
I want to, I
around
can
this
see it
guy
from the roof of my
regular to get
apartment.
it secured
Bye.
on good. And make sure it's centered.
Look at that big baseball player.
He was a clown last year. They just painted him different. My mother told me. She manages the parade.
Wow, he's really a giant, isn't he?
Really, Mr. Gailey. And you a lawyer. There are no such things as giants.
Well, maybe not now, Susan, but in olden times, like
Jeez, this kid's a fucking downer already. There's no such thing as giants. Like, yeah, kid, I'm just trying to enjoy the fucking balloon. Jesus.
My mother thinks they're silly, and I never met my father.
See, that's why this kid's a
My
downer.
mother and father were divorced when I was a baby.
Well, that baseball player sure looks like a giant to me. Come in.
Hello. My housekeeper told me Susan was here. I'm her mother.
Yes, Susie's told me quite a bit about you.
She's told me quite a bit about you, too. The man in the front apartment. Hi, dear.
Parade's much better than last year.
Good. Hope Mr. Macy agrees with you.
Would you like a cup of coffee?
Oh, don't bother.
No bother.
Yeah, I've always heard that going to LA is just like a fucking
I want to thank you for being so
chore
kind
and a
to Susan.
nightmare, and that most people like don't
Surest way to meet the mother is to be nice to the child.
want to do that.
What a horrible trick.
Susan tells me you don't approve of fairy tales.
I don't. I think we should be realistic and completely truthful with our children. Not let them grow up believing in a lot of myths.
I
and
think we
legends.
should make our children
Like Santa
fucking
Claus, for
lame
example.
to talk to
The parade's
and
over, Mother.
uninteresting.
The acrobats were good.
Those prices, they should be.
Mother, I was thinking, we've got such a big turkey for dinner, and there are only 2 of us. Couldn't we invite Mr. Gailey? Couldn't we?
Oh, dear.
Oh, please don't bother. I'll just get a sandwich or something.
It's an awful big turkey.
Oh, it's not that, dear, but I'm sure Mr. Gailey has other plans.
No, he hasn't. Have you?
No, he doesn't.
Well, as a matter of fact, to be truthful and completely realistic with the child, I must say I haven't.
Please, Mother, please. Didn't I ask her all right, Mr. Gailey?
Well, that
What's
all
up with
depends.
this kid? When I was a little kid, the last thing I wanted to do was talk to, like, a stranger adult.
Susan, you asked just right.
Before those screaming brats arrive, I want to give you a few pointers on how to be a good Santa Claus.
Go ahead.
Now, here's a list of toys we have to push. You know, things we've overstocked. You'll find that a great many children are undecided as to what they want for Christmas. When this occurs, you immediately suggest one of these items. You understand?
I certainly do.
All right, here they come. You get up there and go to work and memorize that list. And remember, be jolly. You're working for Macy's.
Imagine that. Making a child take something he doesn't want just because he bought too many of the wrong toys. That's what I've been fighting against for years.
And what's that, Pop?
Trying to commercialize Christmas. And a Merry Christmas to you. Now then, what's your name, little boy?
Peter.
And what do you want for Christmas, Peter?
I want a fire engine just like the big ones, only smaller. It's got real hoses and squirts real water. I won't do it in the house, only in the backyard, I promise.
Now, Peter, I see
Santa's
you're a very
no
good
show.
boy. So
Yeah, this guy's not too beardy, but I appreciate his beard is very, like, sculpted. It has a nice, like, point to it. So even though it's not that big, it is, it is, like, tidy.
Macy doesn't have one. Nobody's got one.
But you can get those fire engines at the Acme Toy Company on West 46th Street. Only $4.50. Wonderful bargain. Oh, I follow the toy market pretty closely.
Macy's sending other people to other stores?
But the important thing is to keep the children happy. Whether Macy's or somebody else sell the toy, it doesn't matter, does it? Don't you feel
Oh, it doesn't matter what store it is, as long as the child is happy.
I just don't get it.
Oh, yes, we have skates.
Man, for how long did this film, like,
I don't think they're the kind of skates you want. Now they have really
bring in
wonderful
goodwill
skates
for
at
me?
Gimbals.
The sales lady said I was to speak to you. You the head of the toy department.
Yes, ma'am, yeah.
Well, look, I want to congratulate you on Macy's and this new stunt you're doing, sending people to other stores. To think that a big store
This guy's about to
like
get
this
pissed
puts
at
the
Santa.
spirit of Christmas before the commercial. I haven't done much shopping here before, but from now on, I'm a regular Macy customer.
Gimbals. And when you come to see me at Macy's, I shall tell you all about the wonderful toys.
Yeah, that's Santa, you know.
Well, maybe you'll feel different.
He'll know where you can get an NES Classic. Well, he'll just build you a PS5. You can do that.
What's your name, little girl?
Susan Walker, what's your name?
Mine, Chris Kringle. I'm Santa Claus. You don't believe that, do you?
You see, my mother is Mrs. Walker.
I'm a little fucking brat. I don't believe shit.
Looking one I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Your whiskers don't have those things that go over your ears.
That's because they're real. Just like I'm really Santa Claus. Go on, pull them. Go on, go ahead, pull.
Really yank it, bitch.
That's it. And what do
Yes,
you
this
want me to bring you?
Miracle on 34th Street as a story is just a Macy's ad, yes.
Sensible and doesn't cost too much.
Susan, dear, I think you've taken up enough this gentleman's time.
Your maid had to go home. Her mother sprained her ankle. She asked me to bring Susan down here for you.
Yes, she phoned.
I thought as long as we were here, we might as well talk to Santa Claus.
He's a nice old man, Mother. And his whiskers are real, too.
Yes, dear. A lot of old men have real whiskers like that. Susan, if you'd like to go over and look at the dolls, I'll be with you in just a minute. I want to talk to Mr. Gailey.
I didn't think there was any harm in saying hello to the old gent. I'm sorry.
Well, I think there is harm. I tell her Santa Claus is a myth, and you bring her down here to meet a very convincing old gentleman with real whiskers.
What's wrong with that?
By filling her full of fairy tales, she'll grow up to believe life is a fantasy instead of a reality. She'll keep waiting for Prince Charming to come along, and when he does, he'll be a...
We were talking about Susie, not you.
Oh, this bitch is hung
Whether
up.
you agree with me or not, I'll have to
She's
ask
hung
you to respect
up
my
on the
wishes.
X. Damn. You stood in the cold with your dad to get one at Best Buy overnight. That's kind of fun, though, isn't it? To like
Susan's the reason
standing
I
in
asked you
line
to drop
for
down.
console release type
She's a little
things.
confused.
That's kind of fun.
Would you tell her that
like
you're
it's
not
annoying,
really
but
Santa
it's a little
Claus,
fun
but
too,
there's actually
right?
no such person.
I'm sorry to disagree with you, Mrs. Walker.
It's like an
but
event.
not only is there such a person, but here I am to prove it.
Oh, no, you don't understand. I want you to tell her the truth. What is your name?
Chris Kringle, I'll bet you're in the first grade.
Second. No, I mean your real name.
It is my real name. Second grade. Good gracious.
It's a progressive school.
Oh, progressive school. Well, where did you get such a lovely outfit?
Macy's. We get 10% off.
Susan, would you go in and talk to Mrs. Adams for a minute?
All right.
Goodbye, young lady. Hope I see you again soon.
I think there's real harm to her having an imagination.
Chris Kringle. Address, Brooks Memorial Home for the Aged.
If you care to call them and ask for Dr. Pierce, he'll be happy to confirm it.
Age as old as my tongue and a little bit older than my teeth. No, really.
Well, that's the truth.
Next of kin, Donna, Blitzen, Prancer.
And Dancer.
Made the reindeer next of kin? Not any like the elves? Come on.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Oh, you didn't have like a blanket or anything? It was
I'm
cold?
afraid we're going to have to make a change. You see, the Santa Claus we had last year is back in town, and, well, I feel I owe it to him to,
Have I done something
yeah.
wrong?
As you can see.
No. Excuse me. Yes?
Mr. Macy wants to see you immediately, Mrs. Walker.
Oh, yes, right away. You'll have to excuse me. Miss Adams will give you your voucher on the way out, and you'll receive a full week's
The inner
salary.
ear is attached. It's a little messy. This is another reason why I want an embroidery machine. It'll be able to do this kind of thing less messy.
Now, about that new sales policy that you two seem to have initiated. It would have been better to clear it with the sales department first, don't you think?
Mr. Macy,
Macy's Santa Claus sending customers to Gimbel's. Preposterous.
What?
Yet, we cannot quarrel with success. Telephone calls, telegrams, over 500 parents expressing their undying
Dang,
gratitude
you
to
have a
Macy's.
dedication to the NES
So
Classic
as a result, I've
that
decided to make this the new sales policy for the entire
is shocking.
store. If we haven't got what a customer wants, we'll send him where
The
he
heck?
can get it. This way, Macy's will be known as the store with a heart.
I'm sure you
The store
enjoyed it
puts
once you
public service
had it.
ahead of profits. And consequently, of course, we'll make more profits. Well, I just want to express our appreciation and to tell you that in your Christmas envelopes, there'll be a more practical expression of our gratitude.
Thank you, Mr. Macy.
That'll be all. Oh, and tell that wonderful Santa Claus of yours that I haven't forgotten him either. No, never mind. I'll tell him myself. In the morning.
Imagine, a bonus.
I fired him.
Who?
Santa Claus?
No.
He's crazy. He thinks he is Santa Claus.
Well, I don't care if he thinks he's the Easter Bunny. You better get him back.
Well, it's too great a risk. He might have a fit or something. I tell you, the man's insane.
Maybe just a little bit insane. Mr. Sawyer.
What?
We'll get Sawyer to examine him. He's a psychologist. That's what he's being paid for, to examine the employees.
Can't get him back. He's already gone.
Well, then you better scoot after him and get him, because if you don't, we're going to have a very unmerry Christmas.
Oh, Mr. Kringle. I'm afraid I acted rather hastily and perhaps unfairly. This other Santa Claus, well, Mr. Macy has found something else for him to do, and, well, we want you to stay on.
Well, this is mighty good news. You see, Mrs. Walter, for 50 years or so,
Yep,
I've been
2
more and more worried about Christmas. Christmas is not just a see, it's a frame of mind, and that's what they've been changing. Well, I'm glad you're taking me back. Maybe I can do something about it. And I'm glad I met you and your daughter. You're my test case.
We are?
Yes, in a way, you're the whole thing in miniature. And if I win you over, well, there's still hope. If not, I guess I'm through. But I'll try, and I'm warning you, I don't give up easily.
So this is a very short version. Like so there's the original Miracle on 34th Street, which was made in '54, right? This is a different version of that story that is only an hour long. It's a different cast, and it's just a TV special version of the story that was made in '55. The actual Miracle on 34th Street is longer, yes. It's like the normal version of it is film length. This is just an hour-long TV special, because I wanted something that was only an hour long.
You asked me that before.
I'm conducting this examination. How much is 3 times 5?
Same as it was
Probably,
before.
I'm sure we probably can't watch the
Aren't you,
actual...
Mr. Sawyer? Do you get enough sleep?
The actual original Miracle on 34th Street, because I'm sure that is
It's just that I hate
owned by
seeing them all
somebody, and
tied
we
up.
would get DMCA'd for that.
How many fingers do you see?
3. You bite your nails, too.
I want you to stand up straight with your arms extended.
Muscular coordination test. Surely I'll be glad to. You know, very often nervous habits like yours is caused by insecurity. Are you happy at home, Mr. Sawyer?
That will be all, Mr. Kringle. The examination's over. You may go. And it may interest you to know that I've been a happily married man for 26 years.
Oh, I'm delighted to hear it. Bye.
Your wife, Mr. Sawyer?
Penelope. Agnes, how many times have I told you not to bother with the office? No, I give you a perfectly liberal allowance. If that fat, stupid brother of yours would get a job, you wouldn't have to be pestering me all the time. Not a penny.
How long have you known him, Dr. Pierce?
Well, he wandered into the home about 8 months
He
ago.
hates his wife.
Took the place over and said,
Get it?
That'll do. Just stayed on.
People in the old times hated their
He
wives.
said he was Chris Kringle. We never pressed him further.
Mrs. Walker, after giving that man a comprehensive examination, it's my considered opinion he should be dismissed immediately.
Dr. Pierce, Mr. Sawyer.
Excuse me, didn't Chris answer the questions correctly?
Well, yes, he did, but there was a complete lack of concentration. There's no doubt about it, he should be placed in a mental institution.
Wait a minute. People are institutionalized to prevent them from hurting themselves or other people. His is a delusion for good. He only wants to be friendly, helpful.
Mrs. Walker, naturally I cannot discharge this man. So when he begins to exhibit his latent maniacal tendencies, which I assure you he will, the
Latent
responsibility
maniacal
will be entirely
tendencies.
yours.
I'm gonna start showing some latent maniacal tendencies one of these days.
If there's the slightest possibility of
So y'all better
trouble,
look out.
Now, what trouble could Chris possibly get into?
No? Well, coming to work, for instance, a policeman might ask him his name. Now, you know that would get him into a fight.
Well, that could be avoided easily enough. Find someone here in the store to rent him a room. Then they could go to and from work together.
Oh, yes, that would solve everything. That's a wonderful idea.
Boomer humor, yeah.
Your son's away at school. What about his room?
Well, I'll talk to Mrs. Shellhammer as soon as I get home. In the meantime, you take Chris home to dinner.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Oh, really, Mrs. Walker? If I can supply the room, the least you can do is furnish a free meal.
Why do people immediately want to put Santa in a sane asylum when they talk to him?
Play, Susan?
I don't know,
I don't
man.
play much with the children. They
People
play
are
silly
judgmental.
games.
They do.
Like today, they were playing zoo, and all of the children were animals. Homer was supposed to be the zookeeper. He said, "What kind of an animal are you?" I said, "I'm not an animal. I'm a girl." He said,
This bitch is such a drag. She's gonna have no
Too
friends.
bad. Sounds like a wonderful game to me. Of course, to play it right, you've got to have imagination. Do you know what imagination is?
I don't like to play
And
games.
it's really not there.
I stay home and I
Well,
read the
yes.
dictionary.
I believe imagination is a place by itself. Yeah, you know, like...
Like,
well, you
what
know,
a
the British
fucking
nation, the
drag.
French
This
nation,
bitch
well,
ain't
this
getting
is
invited to
imagination.
any slumber parties when she's a teenager. Mm-mm.
How would you like to make snowballs in the summertime? Or drive a bus down Fifth Avenue, Or be the Statue of Liberty in the morning, and in the afternoon, a flock of geese flying south? Well, the first place, you'd have to learn to pretend. That's imagination. Now, the next time they play zoo, you tell Homer you're a monkey.
But I don't know how to be a monkey.
I'll
monkey?
show you. Now, stand up.
There are better animals to
First,
pick than a
you
monkey.
bend way over. That's it. Keep your arms loose. Now, then you scratch.
On the contrary, the firm of Hazlitt, Sherman, and Hazlitt has been very good.
They're gonna walk in on them pretending to be monkeys, and they're gonna think he's like nuts.
Naturally.
We're having our first lesson in pretending, and we're doing pretty well, too.
Yeah, she sounds like she's just gonna be the worst.
Hello? Oh, Mr. Shellhammer, that's fine. The Shellhammers have a room for you.
That's very kind of them, but I've accepted Mr. Gailey's offer to stay with him.
Mr. Gailey?
I'll get the meat.
Oh, thank you, Mr.
Well, that's the
Shellhammer,
alarm
but
to
it
feed the
seems you made
cat.
other arrangements. Yes, well, goodbye.
Well, here we are.
Steak.
I'll do it in a minute.
A friend of mine at the office gave it to me.
What's venison?
Oh, deer meat. If you don't like it, I have eggs for you.
Could I have eggs, too? Venison, you know, I couldn't.
Oh, I forgot.
Well, there must be something you want for Christmas. Something that even your mother doesn't know about. Why don't you give me a chance?
All right.
Good.
That's what I want for Christmas.
A doll's house like this?
No, a real house.
A real house?
What do you think?
You're
Ear will
really
be
Santa
like,
Claus. You can get it for me. And if you can't, just a nice man with a white beard like Mother says.
Well, just because every child doesn't get his wish, that doesn't mean there isn't a Santa Claus.
That's what I thought you'd say.
But what could you possibly want with a house like this?
Live in it with my mother.
But you have this lovely apartment.
But I want a backyard and a swing and... She can't get it, huh?
I didn't say that. Well, that's a tall order, but I'll do the best I can. May I keep this?
I imagine real estate is a little bit challenging for Santa Claus to manage.
Do you like living in the city?
Oh, it's all right. I'd kind of like to get out in the country sometime, though. Not a big place, just one of those junior partner deals in Manhattan.
I know the kind you mean. One of those colonial houses.
Or Cape Cod.
I've been thinking about Mrs. Walker. You know, like a lot of divorced women, she's determined that no one will ever hurt her again. With a little more effort on your part, she might be made to crawl out of a shell.
Hit on her better, dude.
No.
Jeez. Santa's trying to wingman.
Those two are a couple of lost souls. It's up to us to help them. I'll take care of Susie if you'll take care of her mother.
It's a deal.
Take care of, get it?
Ready? Oh, no, you
Wink.
don't. I'm not going to be cheated that way. All my life I've wondered, and now I'm going to find out. I'm going to learn the answer to the question that's troubled the world for centuries. Does Santa Claus sleep with his whiskers inside or out?
Always sleep with them out. Cold air makes them grow.
Santa can make doll houses, why not real houses? Yeah.
This is one event I never expected to see.
Two can play at this game, Mr. Macy. If Gimbel's hadn't got what the customer wants, we'll send him over to Macy's.
It'll be a pleasure, Mr. Gimble.
Hey, Collender, thank you for the
There they sat. Adult
party
children
hat
still,
emote.
children at heart. It
It
was
is my
summer.
third
Warm,
affiliate
glorious
anniversary.
summer. The end.
I'm making some
Do you like that story,
ears.
Susan?
Mr. Kringle, do you think
Thank
I'm
you
going
for
to
the
get my house
5
for Christmas?
Well, I can't promise.
Thank
but we
you.
mustn't give up hope.
We're watching an old
night,
royalty-free
Tomorrow evening I'll do another
TV
I can't have got to go to
version
school.
of Miracle on
Isn't it
34th
vacation?
Street
Yes, but this is what
from
they call a required
1955.
function.
Required function. The Fillmore Progressive School requests your presence
It's
at a
public
special
domain, so I
performance
can't
of a
get
Christmas play
DMCA'd.
to be
Yay.
given in the modern manner. What does that mean?
A Christmas play without Santa Claus.
Well, a Christmas play
Thank you
without
for the
a
5
Santa
bits
Claus?
on Mario Bro.
The performance will
Y'all
be
gotta
followed
save up your
by a
bits,
short
though. I'm
address.
saying, one of these days, somebody's gotta
the
do
myth of
69 bits so we can hear Jacking break. Y'all gotta save them up.
The guest speaker will be Mr. Albert Sawyer.
Unfortunately, I can't make the bits
I'm very
go
happy you enjoyed our little play.
to
And now
the
it gives me great pleasure to introduce our old
you know,
friend,
donation thingy.
Mr. Albert Sawyer.
That's a lot. You're poor. That's okay.
Parents and young people.
That's
it's thrilling
all
indeed
right.
to see so many happy, smiling faces.
See, that just means all of you have to work together and like
forward to a
compile your
joyous
bits together to try
But
to
as those of you in this intelligent group know, this is going to be a Christmas
try to
without
get
Santa
enough.
Claus. Such a person as Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, or Kris Kringle does not exist. Never has existed and never will exist. This silly old man in his red suit represents the wishful dreaming of all people. He's the all-giver, the generous father. Mature adults who keep this myth alive are clinging to childish fantasies and show themselves afraid to face realities. People who play Santa have a strong feeling of guilt.
His children are just laughing at this guy. It'll take a village to get Pet the Squirrel. You'll never get it. No one will ever pat this head. All of you could suck it. That's just there for you to all, like... It's just... The Pet the Squirrel option is just there for all of you to be racked with desire.
Now he's gone too far.
To look into the eyes of something you can never have. That's gonna be her ears right there. Look, they're cute.
Do it again.
Well, if you ask me, I think we ought to get an
They're
outside
cute,
psychiatrist to
really.
examine him.
Then you better do it right away before Mr. Macy hears about it.
Oh, that's right. You explain it to Mr. Kringle. After all, you're his
Oh,
friend.
no, I can't. Well, I've grown very fond of him, and this is going to hurt him deeply. I just can't.
All right, what can we do?
Good, I'm glad Santa
You
hit him. He
tell
deserved
Kringle
it.
Mrs. Walker wants him to leave at once in order to have some publicity pictures taken with the mayor. I'll have a car waiting outside, and once we get him in the car, we'll drive him straight off to Bellevue Hospital.
Yes, that'd do it. I'll ride up front with the driver.
Sometimes Santa's just gotta, like, smack a bitch, you know? You know how it be.
Hello, Chris.
Hello, Fred.
You flunked that psychiatrist examination deliberately, didn't you? Why?
I had great hopes, Fred. I had a feeling that Mrs. Walker was beginning to believe in me. Now I know she was only humoring me all the time.
Mrs. Walker didn't know anything about taking pictures with the mayor. That was Mr. Sawyer's idea.
Yeah, smack a
Isn't
bitch
just
up.
Mrs. Walker. Take Sawyer.
Santa ain't gonna take shit.
Contemptible, deceitful, dishonest. But he's out there, and I'm here. If that's normal, I don't want it.
But you can't just think of yourself. What happens to you matters to a lot of people. People like me who believe in you and what you stand for. People like, well, like Susie, who are just beginning to. Chris, you can't let them down.
Can't let him down, Chris.
You're right. Let's get out of here.
Now, wait a minute. You flunked that examination, but good.
Yes. I said our first president was Calvin Coolidge. Oh, but you can fix that. You'll think of something.
Now, take it easy. A judge is going to be asked to sign papers committing you to a mental institution. The only chance would be to prove you legally sane at a public hearing.
Good. I can think of nothing better. Don't you see? That will settle the question once and for all.
So the bottoms together a little bit, so the ears will be a little pinched when they're attached. It gives them a little bit of dimension. Like that.
These
solemnly swear the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning. You may proceed, Mr. District Attorney.
My name's Thomas Mara. What's yours?
Chris Crinkle.
Oh. Where do you live?
That's what this hearing will decide.
It's a very sound answer, Mr. Kringle.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Tell me, do you really believe that you're Santa Claus?
Of course.
The state rests, Your Honor.
In view of this statement, do you still wish to put in a defense, young man?
I do, Your Honor. I'm fully aware of my client's opinions. In fact, that is the entire case against him. That Mr. Kringle is not sane because he believes himself to be Santa Claus.
An entirely logical assumption, I'm afraid.
Not necessarily, Your Honor. You believe yourself to be Judge Harper, yet no one questions your sanity because you are Judge Harper.
Mr. Kringle is the subject of this hearing, not me.
Exactly. So I intend to prove that Mr. Kringle is Santa Claus.
Dramatic music sting there.
What does Mr. Hayslip of Hayslip, Sherman, and Hayslip say about the trial?
That I was jeopardizing the dignity of the firm, that I either dropped the case or they dropped me. So, leaving me no choice, I quit.
Wow.
Oh, Fred, you didn't.
Well, I can't let Chris down. He needs me and all the rest of us need him.
He loves Christmas more than his job.
He's a kind, wonderful old man, but... Well, you can't throw away your career because of sentiment.
I'm not throwing a career away. I'll get by. I'm a darn good lawyer. This doesn't shake your faith in me, does it?
This is a question of common sense, not faith.
Faith is believing in things when common sense tells you not to. I wish you could let yourself believe in people like Chris, and in fun, and love, and joy, and all the other intangibles.
Ooh, he said love.
Can't pay the rent with intangibles.
And you can't live without them. Why don't you try a little blind faith, darling? String along with me. I think I've got a right to ask that.
The back of the head is
I think I have the right to ask you to be a little bit more practical and realistic.
The back of the head's a little short compared to the front.
It's all cockeyed. Here we are, as close as two people can possibly be, and yet there's a loneliness about it.
I've tried my best.
I know you have, darling, and so have I. But we're going to need a lot more than each other's arms. And somehow I just don't think we've got it.
We might have to change up the back of his head.
With all my common sense, I was just beginning to think this time it might work out.
So was
Might
I.
need a bit of resizing.
Can I help you trim the tree?
Thanks, I can do it.
Well, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, looks like we're going to need to add a little more to it.
R.H. Macy.
Do you recognize this man?
That's what happens when you resize patterns. Sometimes they don't quite
Yes, he's an employee of
line
mine.
up properly.
Do you believe him to be of sound mind?
I certainly
Might
do.
also be because I divided the face.
You're under oath.
Might have ended up a little
Do you
longer
really
than
believe that this
usual.
man is Santa Claus?
It seems about right.
Do you?
I do.
That is all.
Imagine if this was G.
Your Honor, there is no such person as Santa Claus, and everybody knows it. I ask that the court make an immediate ruling. Is there or is there not a Santa Claus?
This court will take a short recess to consider the matter.
No, this is not. This is not a. This is some
about politics.
Phoenix Wright-ass
If
courtroom
there's no
shit.
Santa Claus, we won't be even able to put you in the primaries. Charlie. I'm a responsible judge.
Yes, and they
How
seem
can
like
I
they line
seriously
up.
rule that there is a Santa Claus? All right, go back in there and rule there isn't. The kids read about it, so they don't hang up their stockings. So what happens to all the toys that are supposed to be in them stockings? Nobody buys them.
These two are not
the
lining
toy
up.
manufacturers are gonna love that.
That's the mystery
What about
of
the Christmas card
making
makers, the
plushies
candy
sometimes. The
companies?
pattern
Oh, boy,
seems
are
like
you
it
gonna
lines
be
up
a popular
perfectly,
guy.
but then once
And
you
what about
like
the
actually
Salvation
cut out the
Army? They
thing
got a
and try to
Santa
make
Claus on
it.
every corner. Henry, I'm telling you, if you go back in there and rule that there's no Santa Claus,
Sometimes
you
it's
can
just like,
count on
meh.
getting just 2 votes. Your
Maybe
own and that district attorney's out there.
One. District Attorney's Republican.
The court will rise.
I know it's lining up. What the heck? They lined it up wrong
This
before.
court has just consulted
They're not lining it up
the
with the
highest
same thing.
authority available.
There's
The
one side very
traditions of
long.
American justice demand a broad and unprejudiced view of such a controversial matter. And therefore, this court is determined to keep an open mind and
Now it's lining
hear
up.
the evidence
For no reason.
from either side.
But can my opponent produce any evidence in support of this contention?
Your Honor, I can. Will
Ooh, looks like this
Thomas
side
Mara
might just be a
take
little
the
bit
stand?
long.
Who, me?
Thomas Mara, Jr.
Thomas Mark.
Hi, Daddy.
Tommy, you know the difference between telling the truth and telling a lie, don't you?
Everybody knows you shouldn't tell a lie, especially in court.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Sure I do.
And what does he look like?
There he is, sitting over there.
I was thinking a different model.
I object, Your Honor.
Overruled.
What's the
Tommy,
truth
why
of
are you so
concepts,
sure there's a
beliefs, and
Santa Claus?
mythos?
Because Daddy told me so. Didn't you, Daddy?
And you believe your daddy, don't you?
Sure I do. Daddy wouldn't tell me anything that wasn't so. Would you, Daddy?
Doesn't look like it has nerd to now.
Bye, Daddy.
Boy, Daddy.
The state of New York is willing to concede the existence of a Santa Claus. But I ask that Mr. Gailey produce authoritative evidence that Mr. Kringle is the one and only Santa Claus.
Okay, now we believe Santa Claus is real, but you have to prove it's actually this guy.
Mr. Gailey, are you ready to show that Mr. Kringle is Santa Claus? On the basis of competent authority?
Not at this time, Your Honor. I ask for an adjournment until this time tomorrow.
This court stands adjourned till 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
That's already.
Now see, this Santa is lacking like
Tell him I believe in everything he told
he's
me.
lacking like the biggest Santa power that there
Nice, you
is,
like that.
and it's the ability
Where shall I send it?
Why don't you send it to the county courthouse?
to like be able to rattle off people's names and what they want for Christmas without even having to ask them. Santas that can do that can always prove themselves immediately, because they'll just look at any random person and be like, oh, you're this and this, here's your full name, this is where you live, this is what you want for Christmas. This is like a naughty thing you did when you were 10 years old.
Could you give me the number of the main post office, please?
Hello, dead letter office. Are you kidding? We got maybe a couple of 100,000. Yes, ma'am, we sure would. Hey, lady, that's not a bad idea. Thank you.
Chris, I've got bad news for you. I've tried every way to get some competent authority. I wired the mayor, the governor, everybody.
Susan. And means more to me than all the mayors and governors in the world.
It's all over. He hasn't got a thing. Your Honor, the defense has yet to produce one bit of authoritative proof that this man is really Santa Claus. And in view of the fact that it is Christmas Eve and we're all anxious to get to our homes, I ask that these commitment papers be signed without further delay.
Mr. Gailey, have you anything further to offer?
I should like to submit the following evidence, Your Honor. It concerns an official agency of the United States government. The Post Office Department, one of the world's largest business concerns, did a gross business last year of $1,112,877,174.
Yeah, just go to the Santa tracker. Jeez.
I'm sure they're all deeply gratified to know that the Post Office Department is doing nicely, but it hardly has any bearing on this case.
Furthermore, the U.S. postal laws make it a criminal offense.
This is they really have like a Phoenix Wright style court system here.
I'm sure that the state of New York is willing to admit that the Post Office
coming in with
Department
random evidence at all times.
Prosperous and efficient.
For the record.
For the record, anything to get on with this case.
Then, Your Honor, I offer these letters in evidence. They're simply addressed to Santa Claus, yet they were each delivered to Mr. Kringle by bona fide employees of the Post Office Department. I offer these as authoritative proof.
Your Honor, 3 letters are hardly authoritative proof.
I have further exhibits, Your Honor, but I hesitate to produce them.
Oh, I'm sure we'd all be glad to see them.
Oh, yes, indeed. Put them on my desk.
On your desk?
Yes, yes.
Very well, Your Honor.
Now the pursuit music plays. Yeah, no people with crazy hair, no women with whips. Larry Butts isn't here. Oh, it's all the letters to Santa. Oh, it's so funny. They use all these letters to him. He's loving it.
Every one of these letters is addressed to Santa Claus, and the post office has delivered them to my client. Therefore, the United States government recognizes this man, Kris Kringle, as Santa Claus.
That's true. Like that's like a piece of, mail is an identifying, like is a piece of identification. That's fair. Just laugh. Yeah, this proves everything.
I know. I'm working tonight. You see, it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, he's got to do Santa shit tonight, man. This bitch busy.
What's the matter with Susan?
I think she misses Chris.
Don't worry, young lady. Chris is bound to come.
Didn't get my present, Uncle Fred.
Why, darling, you got a lot of presents.
Not the one I wanted. Not the one Mr. Kringle was going to get for me.
What was that?
It doesn't matter. I didn't get it. I knew it wouldn't be here,
yeah,
but
how's he gonna have gotten them a house?
Something about it.
If it's not clear to everybody, I've not seen the original Miracle on 34th Street or any of the remakes, so I actually don't know what happens.
It wasn't really a promise. I said I'd do my best.
You couldn't get it because you're not Santa
It's one of those Christmas movies that I thought was like, when I was a kid, I was like, that seems too boring.
I shouldn't have believed you.
Susan.
Harsh.
Merry Christmas, Chris.
I'm sorry Susan is disappointed in me.
Oh, she'll be all right. Here's Fred.
Merry Christmas. Where are you?
Out at the home. Fred, we're giving a little party this afternoon. Will you bring Mrs. Walker and Susan out to help us celebrate?
Of course I will.
Now, you turn off the parkway at Seymour. Drive 3 blocks, then turn onto Ashley Drive. You'll see it on the right.
Got it.
This motherfucker doing a party? Party at Santa's. I go to a party at Santa's. That'd be rad.
You must have faith in him.
But he didn't get me that. It doesn't make sense, Mother.
Faith is believing in things even when common sense tells you not to.
I know I told you to be a little fucking terror horrible child and to never have fun, but now I'm telling you the opposite.
I'll try.
I'm sorry I've been such a shit mom since your asshole dad left.
There it is, Ashley Drive.
I do believe.
You gotta deliver for the Eastern Seymour board for this motherfucker, yeah.
Stop, Uncle Fred, stop!
Nah, you don't gotta worry about that. It's Christmas magic. He'll get it all delivered. You won't call in sick.
Susan!
You'll use Christmas magic. Don't you worry.
Susan, you shouldn't be running around in other people's houses.
But this is my house, Mommy. The one I asked Mr. Green
Now,
for.
Susan, darling.
It is. I know it is. Oh, you're right, Mommy. If
This is my house.
The first time you still got to believe.
Me, a second grader and a homeowner. Millennials can eat my ass.
You told her that? The house seems to be for sale. We can't let it down.
Oh, we have to buy this house and get married right now.
Darling, I always believed in you. It's just my ridiculous common sense.
Well, it even makes sense to believe in me now. I take a little old man and legally prove that he's Santa Claus. Now, you know.
Just shout right in his ear.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's me, a homeowner.
Maybe. Maybe I didn't do such a remarkable thing after all.
Wow. You did it. Now, do you think Santa built that house? Like, bought that plot of land and built that house, and will sell it to them? Or was someone already living in that house, and Santa, like, fucking ousted him? Fucking evicted. Fucking kicked people right off that land. Well, I hope you like that. That was a strange version of Miracle on 34th Street. Does Fox own this? Is it? Well, I mean, it said it was just like a TV. Did it say Fox? It's just like a TV, you know, version of the thing, so I mean, it's... I guess it probably was owned by Fox at the time. It's public domain now, so they can't fucking get me for it. Scrap paper, go over there. Well, I'm nearly ready to get this head assembled, so why don't I just put on some Christmas jams. Let's just put on some Christmas jams and sew this head together. This little head together. Hopefully these ears are spaced properly. They should be. But there's always that's the nature of these sort of the chaos element of sewing things is there, you know. You sometimes have things that seem like they should turn out properly and that they're lined up right beforehand, but then once you sew it and you turn it inside out, and then you're like, Oh, is it loud? Is that alright? Is that okay, volume-wise? There has absolutely been, well, maybe not a special, but there have been Christmas Pokemon episodes. Yeah, there's the one where there's a couple Christmas Pokemon episodes. There's one, yeah, from the first season. Yeah, where Santa actually employs a bunch of jinxes that go to your house and deliver your presents. And it's very scary. And they show how a jinx, once came to Jessie's house when she was a little girl and stole one of her dolls in order to fix it. And it traumatized Jessie for the rest of her life. I wish I could play it on stream, but I know that would get DMCA'd. Is the Pokemon Christmas Bash music album. If any of y'all are gonna have a Christmas party at any point for the rest of your lives, I highly recommend playing Pokemon Christmas Bash for your guests. It is a wild ride. A little squirgly up at the top of the head. Might redo that. Yeah. There we go. Let's take a look. I realized I was supposed to leave the bottom of this unsewn, so I'm gonna have to pull that out later, but... Yeah, they did the Pokemon with... They did an episode of Pokemon with the Santa bird guy, I'm pretty sure. Alright. There's the head, baby! There's it is, the head! Oh, here. Let's stick the nose in and see how it looks. And there's a little nose. Yeah! There she is, look at that. Ears turned out pretty cute, too. Yeah. Here, let's stuff the head real quick, just to get a... Well, you saw the top of my head there for a sec. Can you see my new haircut? I got bangs. Got my haircut last week. let's give this head just a quick stuff, just to... Maybe we'll give the whole body a quick stuff, too, because we've got the head and the body now. Yeah, it was my human skull. Okay. What song is this? Oh, this is from Persona 4 Golden. I was gonna say, this sounded kind of Persona-y, but I was like, I don't remember any Persona songs where they sing about, like, snow. I'm not very familiar with the Golden. I'm only really familiar with the original Persona 4. I never owned no Vita. Looks amazing. Thank you. I'll be honest, I worked extremely hard. You guys, I should have taken photos of like all the prototype bodies as I was working on getting this pattern the way I wanted it. We'll even see. I'm wondering if the head is like gonna be dimensional enough. When am I gonna open for commissions? Probably... What is it? I have like a handful more on the list, so... If I could guess, maybe like March? Sometime in the first quarter of the new year, depending on how it go. It's always hard to estimate just because I'm never sure exactly like how fast I'm gonna get anything done. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe in the new year I'll get hit with, you know, a huge burst of motivation. Maybe I'll get stuff done super fast. We'll see. I don't remember what all I have on the commission list left. Like, trying to think of how difficult the things I have left are. I actually didn't remember what all I have. I'll have to look. I'm actually kind of excited. Although maybe I shouldn't reveal. Well, I do. There's one of the things that I'm making soon. I'm pretty excited for, but maybe I'll keep it secret till it's done. Alright. So there's a little rough general stuffing of the head. We'll just stuff the body real quick, just to get a sense of how it all looks. 'Cause there's still more to be done before we properly assemble these and stuff them. So this is just gonna be a little preview of how they'll look. Next time on stream, we'll get to skeletonize the plushie too. We're gonna get to add the skeleton. So that'll be exciting. If this also gives you an idea of how much stuffing you need to properly stuff a plush. You see all this stuffing disappearing into the plush? And these are not like thoroughly stuffed. I didn't thoroughly stuff this guy. This guy's not gonna get thoroughly stuffed, and even still, this is a lot of stuffing. Oh yeah, this guy's gonna have a skeleton. Because, here, I have... Oh, he's like, his head's half unstuffed. But this guy, who is the sort of prototype guy I made to perfect the body pattern, beep, beep, he's got a skeleton in there. Posability, baby! It's a new age. Yeah! And I'm actually going to remove the skeleton from this guy to implant it into Penelope, so that's gonna be, we're gonna have a little skeleton implant surgery. You know, it is not a metal skeleton. Do those have metal skeletons? The Sephiroth and 2B plushies have metal skeletons? Why metal? This guy's got a plastic skeleton. I don't have any of the raw bones out here right now. But it's a plastic like joint. It's essentially a bunch of plastic joints all connected to each other so it bends. And yeah, that's how it works. I tested out both like the plastic skeleton and a wire-based skeleton, and I liked the plastic one the best, so that's what I decided to go with for this particular thing. Like, when you say metal skeleton, do you just mean they're like wired? When you say metal skeleton, that sounds like hardcore. If you just mean that they are like, they have a wire armature, that's a little more normal. Action dolls is what they're called. Ooh. Woohoo. Let's pin up the back here for now, just to hold it all kind of in shape. So there's the badger. And the head. And that's what she's gonna look like, pretty much. Pretty much. It's a little sloppy looking, because it's not stuffed thoroughly, but you know, pretty much. A weird setup with real joints, huh? You can see the little paws. I'm gonna hand sew on the little beans like this, so they'll have little beans, and they'll be like little soft guys that, you know, have some. They have the beans have a little bit of dimension to them because they are needle felted, so they'll really be like squishy to the touch. It's like ball joints stacked together. Oh, that's how the plastic armature is. It's a bunch of ball joints stacked together. It's probably the same setup then, but just metal. Seems unnecessary to have it be metal though. Seems like it'd just be heavier and I don't know. Seems kind of weird. But there she is, baby. There she is. About where we're at. We're coming along quite nicely, aren't we? Here, let's. So we've got the little paper facial features. So let me real quick. Like that. That's looking about right, isn't it? Still have to sort of figure out how exactly I want to do the mouth. And if I want the teeth details to really be in there, but that's a decision for later. But right now, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. She's got minky fuzz stuck to her flopped nose. And that's gonna be it for us tonight. Oh, you're gonna commission me for one of these? Yeah. You know, I'll tell you, I definitely would like to open for commissions for these. But honestly, I do want to wait until I actually get an embroidery machine, just so that way, mostly just because I want this, like this line of plushies to be very high quality. Like that's kind of my goal for this line, using this pattern. where I want to be able to use like in embroidery. I want all the clothing to be like, I want it to be the kind of thing where you can buy a base plush and all the clothing is, you know, separate like doll clothing, so I could sell clothing that would be compatible with this, like with a plush of this pattern too. So you could buy other clothing. Now that will make, you know, these plushies more expensive, but you know, I think it's worth it to, if at least some people want them. But that's it. We'll be back next week to continue the Penelope plush saga, adding facial features, skeletonizing, and hopefully getting the body and head attached. Hopefully we'll get that sort of stuff done next week. We'll see. And I guess I'll have to think, I'll see if I can find more public domain Christmas things to watch too, because that was fun. Alright. That's it. I'll see all you stinkos in the funny papers, alright? Bye! Bye-bye! 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 Bye-bye-bye! Bye. Bye. Goodbye.